And here in Paderborn, Germany, in the friendly confines of Ahorn Ballpark. Beautiful 30-degree day with a breeze blowing out to center field. The sun is shining. The field is ready. The players are taking the field as Hendricks takes the mound for his warm-up pitches. And we're set to play as Ostrup gets into the batter's box. Hendricks with the sign. Fastball fouled towards the Danish dugout for strike number one. Hendricks jumping on top right away. That fastball fired in there at 82 miles an hour. Once again, if you can see it, there is a digital sign just above the catcher, right above the letter R in Ahorn, where you can see the speed of the pitch. Another fastball taken up and in, evening up the count here. 1 ball and 1 strike. Hendricks working out of the set position. No runners on. Fastball taken up and in for 2-1 with Jack Christensen, the shortstop, number 2, on deck. Hendricks tried a little off speed on the 2-1, sailed in for ball number 3. Second baseman from Belgium playing on the outfield grass, as much like the game before, the Belgian outfield playing relatively shallow. That fastball is going to clip the outside corner and bring the count full. Hendricks sails one down and wide. And Ostrup's on with a leadoff walk. Second baseman back into double play depth as the outfield remains shallow. That fastball down the middle gets Hendricks on top. Ostrup with a sizable lead at first base. Ostrup takes off on the pitch. There's a bunt in front of the home plate. The catcher, Rombouts, picks it up and fires it to first base. You don't see that every day, a stolen base and a sacrifice bunt. I can only surmise that there was a missed sign by one of the players. But Denmark finds themselves with a runner on second base and one out. And number 95, Loka Glirup, up to bat, hitting from the left side. Swings through the first offering from Hendricks. Fastball sailing wide into the right-handed batter's box. Evening the count back up here at 1 ball and 1 strike. That fastball sizzles over the inside corner, putting Hendricks on top. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Second baseman from Team Belgium playing more up the middle, holding the runner close at second base, even though Glirup is hitting from the left side. Hendricks sails that one into the right-handed batter's box, evening up the count 2-2. I only bring that up. There is a massive hole on the right side of the infield as the second baseman plays more and more up the middle with the first baseman even with the bag. Fastball is going to be poked into shallow left field. Over the head of the shortstop, Mostert, and landing directly in front of Roof. And Glirup finds himself with a single as Ostrup advances to third base, putting runners on the corners. With 1 out in the top of the first inning, and that's going to bring up number 13, the catcher, Max Gamara. Gamara swings through a fastball for strike 1. Infield now playing a double play depth as the first baseman's holding the runner. Fastball taken down and in, evening up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. That offering catches the inside corner for strike number 2. Little off-speed pitch sails in on the batter at 71 miles an hour, and that's going to even the count back up here at 2 balls and 2 strikes with runners on the corners and 1 out. Little slider down over the plate. Gamara swings through, but Gleerup reading the ball in the dirt takes off for second base. Uncontested stolen base on the ball in the dirt. That's going to move runners out to second and third base now with 2 outs. And the batter number 9, Matthias Riegtrup. Of course, for both teams, this is their first game of the tournament. As Hendricks delivers a strike to Riegtrup. Both of these teams, Denmark and Belgium, are in Group B, along with Sweden and Ukraine. That fastball is Louisiana Bayou for strike number 2. Runners at second and third, 2 outs and 2 strikes on the hitter. Hendricks with a little breaking ball. Umpire Alex Hartle signaling that the ball was just low. Quick check down to the first base umpire. He signals no swing. After 2 fastballs by the hitter, Hendricks with 2 off speed. Trying to get that strikeout. Fastball fouled away into the catcher. Rombots dropped to his knees for a short moment. Seems to be okay. Count remains 2-2. Off-speed pitch taken down in the zone. That's going to make the count full here, 3-2. After jumping ahead quickly with 2 fastballs, Hendricks finds himself in a full count. Fastball with the soft pop-up. The third baseman with a little bit of a juggle. Fighting the sun, it appeared. But he's going to make that catch on the soft pop-up in foul territory. That's going to end the inning. That's going to end the threat for Denmark in the top of the first, leaving 2 runners on. We're headed to the bottom of the first inning. Score remains tied. Denmark 0, Belgium 0.
for Belgium. Second baseman Noah.
And we're back here ready to start the bottom half of the first inning. Denmark threatened in the top of the first. Found themselves with 2 runners on, but unable to get them across home plate. And to the bottom of the first, Denmark starting with number 44, Fred Rasmussen on the mound. The lefty's first offering is taken down low for ball 1. Batting for Belgium, number 11, Noah Dessy. Rasmussen with strike number 1. Solid catching from behind the plate, but the frame wasn't good enough to get the call. Good pitch down and away taken by Dessy. Count goes 2-1. That ball just missing the top of the zone. Bringing the count to 3 balls and 1 strike against Dessy. That fastball is hammered into the right center gap, but the center fielder was tracking on, tried to make the sliding catch, but the ball pops out of the glove. Wild throw back into the infield, but Rasmussen was able there to back up the throw, keeping Dessy to first base. Solid single into the gap for Dessy. And that single is going to bring up number 29, Adam Troch, the center fielder, also hitting from the left side. Rasmussen working ahead quickly with a swing and a miss from Troch. Lefty working quickly out of the set with a slide step to home. Dessy takes off on the pitch. The catcher from Denmark, Gamara, elected to stay back and frame the strike, getting the call. However, Dessy able to scamper into second base with this uncontested stolen base. Off speed, taking up and away. Evening up the count here, 2-2 with Dessy leading off at second base as the coaches from Denmark are moving their center fielder. Ball is swung on and fouled out of play. Keeping the count here 2-2. In comparison, the Danish team have elected to play their outfielders much deeper than the Belgian team here in the bottom of the first. Rasmussen struggling with his off-speed command brings the count here full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Gets a swing and a miss out of Troch. A little fastball tailing up and in and above the barrel of Troch for the strikeout. That brings up number 9, Nando Mostet. Rasmussen again working ahead quickly with a first pitch strike. Fly ball towering into right center field. Ostrup giving chase, catching it just short of the warning track. Dessy smartly tags up and advances to third base. But that's going to be 2 outs here with a runner on third base is number 3, the left fielder, Axel Ruff, up to bat. Little pickoff attempt to third base from the lefty. That's something you don't see every day. Trying to see if they can catch DC napping. Quick set and a slide step. Ball taken up and away for ball number one, evening up the count here. Great catching from number 13, Gamara behind the dish. As that ball goes into the dirt for ball number two. Three and one count here for Ruff with number 15, the third baseman, Jamie Peters, on deck. Little tapper foul into the third base dugout. That's going to bring the count here full with 2 outs and runner on third base for Team Belgium. Outfield for Denmark shaded to pull. Ball is hit hard down the left field line. That's going to land just fair. That's going to bring DC across home plate as Ruff has himself a stand-up RBI double here in the bottom of the first base, giving Belgium an early 1-0 lead.
Now batting, Jamie Peters.
Massive lead by the runner at second base. Nobody close to holding him on as Rasmussen pitch goes into the dirt for ball number one. Second baseman sliding over from Denmark to keep Ruff in check as this ball sails up and away for ball number two. Shortstop from Denmark way over in the 6 hole in the on the outfield grass. Outfield for Denmark still played to pull. Count now 3 balls and no strikes with number 23, the designated hitter, Vegas Tiliakos, on deck. Little spin move and a throw on to second base. Ruff not fooled and back in time. Straight take for strike number 1 from Peters. Peters reaches out and fouls away that pitch, bringing the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Little off-speed offering. Just misses the zone as Peters earns himself a walk. That's going to put runners at first and second base as number 23, the designated hitter, Vegas Tiliakos, steps up to bat. Much like this morning, pretty clear skies with wind blowing out to left center field. As Ruff takes off for third base, throws not in time. Third base coach Sven Hendricks giving the signs as Ruff finds himself with a stolen base on third base. Runner takes off to second base. Throw from the catcher on the wrong side of the bag. Almost got him falling off the bag as Payta's slide took him over second base. However, the throw is on the wrong side of the bag, and the Belgians find themselves with runners at second and third. As that pitch misses for ball number 3. Excuse me, it is a 2-1 count. That ball hit right back up the middle. Hendricks is waving around his runner from second base, and Peters is across home plate. Tiliakos with a 2 RBI single up the middle adds to the Belgian lead as the score is now Belgium 3, Denmark 0. That ball hit right up the middle where the Danish team had their second baseman played every once in a while. This time, the second baseman had moved a little bit more towards the the right side of the infield. So that ball just able to get through for Tiliakos for the 2 RBI single. Rasmussen works ahead on Klimek with the first pitch strike as Tiliakos takes off. Throw just low. It's going to get through both infielders into center field, but a good backup by Glirup. Keeps Tiliakos at second base. As the Belgian team here have shown they're going to be very aggressive on the base pass. Off speed, little breaking ball. I think if that pitch could be there more and more for Rasmussen, he'd be a lot more successful going forward. Another little breaking ball. There it is again. Backdoor curveball from Rasmussen gets Klimek swinging for strike number 3 in the final out of the inning, but not before the Belgians jump on top 3-0. We're headed to the top of the second. And we're back as Hendricks delivers the first pitch of the inning. Down and away for ball one. Now batting for Denmark, number 93, Max Christensen. That ball finds the zone for strike number one. Fastball swung through for strike number two. Hendricks asking for a different sign as the catcher comes out of his crouch. Hendricks sizzles a fastball in there at 83, just wide of the plate, evening up the count here at 2 balls and 2 strikes. That off-speed pitch goes right down Broadway, according to home plate umpire Alex Hartle, for strike 3. It's a set him up and sit him down strikeout pitch for out number 1 here in the top of the second inning.
Now batting, Theo Donlin.
That strikeout's going to bring up number 4, the first baseman, Theo Donlan. Little squibber down the first baseline is going to go foul as Hendricks works ahead quickly, 0-1 on Donlan. Heater in there for strike number 2. Little ground ball to second base, softly hit. DeC picks it up and throws it over to Klimek at first base. And we've got 2 outs here in the top of the second inning.
Now to bat the DH, Rasmus.
Hendricks with a little bit of an off-speed, change of tempo pitch, inducing the ground ball on the 1-ball, 2-strike count. As manager and head coach Chris Beekmans comes to the mound. There's going to be a pitching change here in the top of the second inning. And now taking the mound is number 30 for Team Belgium, Sam Tsiobel. He'll be coming in relief for Hendricks as his day is done.
Now pitching for Belgium, number 30, Sam Thielberg.
And we're back here in the top of the second inning with Belgium with a 3-run lead over Denmark. New pitcher on the mound. Number 30, Sam Thiobel. Of course, in a tournament format like this, there are many rules with the restrictions of pitching on how many batters faced. That pitcher can come back the next day or in 2 days or in 3 days. And we find ourselves in a situation like that as Thiobel takes over on the mound after Hendricks throws to 7 batters. The sidewinder throws a fastball in there at 81 miles an hour and gets it past the bat of Dinesen. Little slider misses up and away for 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the sidewinder runs one up and over the bat of Dinesen for strike 3. That's going to do it for us here in the top of the second inning. Denmark going 3 up, 3 down in the top of the second. We're headed to the bottom of the second. Belgium leading 3-0. And we're back here in the bottom of the second inning. A little bit of a clarification for those of you out there. In the previous inning, I spoke about maybe having a pitch count or a batter's faced rule. In this tournament, there are no batter's faced rules or pitch counts. So it's up to the job of the coaching staff to determine how long the pitcher can go to see if he's available tomorrow or the next day after that. So Belgium electing to take Hendricks out of the game early, I'm sure to save him for the upcoming games this week, as a ground ball gets hit to the shortstop Christensen, thrown on time, but Donlon unable to come up with the ball. That's going to be an error on somebody, more than likely the shortstop Christensen. As you can see, the ground ball hit to Christensen at short and thrown on time. A little bit of a bad air hop for Donlon at first base, and the Belgians find themselves with a leadoff runner in Muzanoya as number 16, the catcher Tom Rombouts, comes up to bat. Rasmussen, who was slide stepping in the first inning, elected to do a higher leg kick. I believe there's a balk that has just been called. I believe the umpire informed him that he did not stop in the set position before starting his motion to home. So that was no pitch on the batter, and that foul ball will be the first official pitch to Rombouts. So Rasmussen working ahead 0-1 on Rambats, with Muzanoya leading off second base. Tapper foul into the on-deck circle. Rambats finding himself deep in a hole. 0-2. Rasmussen going with that curveball again. Finds himself with an 0-2 hit by pitch. And unfortunately for Rasmussen, that's going to put runners at first and second base with nobody out. And the leadoff hitter coming up to bat. And that is number 11, the second baseman, Noah Dassi. Belgians electing to let Dassi hit as it's a soft pop-up right to the shortstop. And that's going to give the Danish team one out. As you can see, the second baseman playing up the middle and fairly close to second base. That is where the second baseman played most of the last inning when runners were on base. And the outfield is also shaded slightly to pull, as now batting Adam Troch. That pitch just misses down and away as we're seeing some action in the Danish bullpen going down the line. That walk's going to bring up the shortstop, number 9, Nando Mostert. Bases are loaded. One out here. And a high pop-up behind the first baseman in foul territory. Donlon able to get back on the ball and make the catch. A first pitch pop-up induced from Mostert is going to give the Danish team 2 outs. And that's going to bring up to bat the left fielder, number 3, Axel Ruff. Rasmussen runs a pitch in on the hands of Ruff, who hits the ball foul out of play. The ball swung on and fouled back. And all of a sudden, Alex Ruff finds himself down in a hole. Allison Chain style, no balls and 2 strikes. Rasmussen with the delivery. Fastball tapped foul down the left field line. Rasmussen had him out in front. Catcher calling for something down and away. Off the hands. Shortstop fields it, picks it up. That's not going to be in time as the runner's being sent from second base to home. Coach Sven Hendricks being very aggressive, sending Rombouts around from second base to score. Shortstop elected to play it a little further back and did not attack the ball. Therefore, Roof finds himself on first base with an infield single. Belgium now taking a 5-0 lead here in the bottom of the second. Another ground ball hit up to shortstop. This time the second baseman is at second base for the easy out. That's going to do it this inning, but not before the Belgians attack again with 2 runs here in the bottom of the second, bringing their lead to 5-0. We're headed to the top of the third. And we're back, and if you stuck around during the commercial break, you got a drone's eye footage of our new stadium here in the friendly confines of Ahorn Ballpark. And if you are also just joining us, the field is completely AstroTurf, filled with sand and a wood mixture. There is no rubber filling here at the Ahorn Ballpark. It is a combination of wood and sand. So if it were to rain a little bit here this week, it's not going to affect our play as much. Back to the top of the third with Siobel still on the mound. Sidewinder throws a pitch in there at 77, missing down and away. He's facing number 96, Ford Schroeder. That foul ball is going to bring the count to 1-2 strikes. Silbel with a low 3/4 arm slot. And that produces some great arm side run to that fastball. Has combined that with a little slider that he's thrown a couple times on the outside corner. There's that slider as that's tapped off of Rombouts. That's the hardest working man in baseball right there, folks. As Rombouts shakes off his hand, count remains at 1-2 strikes. Again, the Belgians playing the outfield very shallow, and the middle infield is on the outfield grass. Tried the corner and missed, as they say. That pitch is going to even up the count here at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fastball just misses up and away. And after jumping on top quickly, Schroeder finds himself into the full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes against Silbu. And the old Louisiana Bayou for strike 3. And that's going to be 1 out here in the top of the 3rd as number 35, the right fielder, Jonas Ostrup, steps up to bat. And after falling behind early to Ostrup, Silva throws a strike to get the count back into 2 balls and 1 strike. Fastball just misses in. Fastball nips the outside corner, bringing the count full on Ostrup. Sobel with a little shimmy after getting the signs. Comes, sets the kick and fire. That's going to miss down and away. And Ostrup is going to find himself on first base with a 1-out walk. That 1-out walk is going to bring up the shortstop, Jack Christensen. Christensen himself earned a walk back in the 1st inning. A little breaking ball taken down in the dirt for ball 1. Going to go with the little 4-seam fastball here on the 1-0 count. Strike taken in as Roundbout's snap throws down to first base. Ostrup paying attention and being able to get back in time. Another 4-seam fastball goes over the heart of the plate. As the count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes with a runner on first base. A pitch scooped up by Rombats, preventing the wild pitch and preventing the runner from advancing to second base, as the count is now evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Little slider down and away. Gets Christensen down swinging. That's going to bring up the center fielder, Luka Glirup. Glirup with a single into left field in his last at bat. Fastball swung on and swung through for strike number 1. Glirup got his single off of Hendricks, who started the game. Tsiopel came in relief of Hendricks after Hendricks faced 7 batters. Another fastball upstairs, swung on and swung through. And all of a sudden, Glirup finds himself down in a hole. 0-2 to Tsiopel, with Ostrup leading off of first base. Fastball up and in, fouled back to the screen. Rombout's calling for the 4-seam fastball. Fouled away. That fastball poured in there at 79 miles an hour. On deck for Team Denmark, number 13, the catcher, Max Gamara. Off-speed pitch. Scooped out of play. Glirup hanging in there tough, fighting off 2 competitive pitches after falling behind 0-2. Another fastball down the heart of the plate. Pretty good pitch on 0-2 to drive, but Glirup unable to keep it in play as he fouls it back into the netting. Little off speed. Fools Glirup into swinging and missing. Throwing him a chair and sitting him down. We're headed to the bottom of the 3rd inning with Belgium leading Denmark 5-0.
Seit jeher strebt die Menschheit nach Fortschritt. Sie greift sogar nach den Sternen. Sie realisiert im Hier und Jetzt, was gestern noch unmöglich schien, auch in der Medizin. Die Zukunft ist bei uns im christlichen Klinikum Soest angekommen. Mako.
Mako ist ein roboterarm-assistiertes Operationsverfahren, was wir routinemäßig bei Hüft- und Knieprothesen einsetzen. Wie das funktioniert, zeige ich Ihnen am 14. September im Ahorn-Ballpark Paderborn. Der Eintritt ist frei. Los geht's um 17 Uhr. Ich freue mich auf Sie.
Coming up to bat, Vegas Tiliakos.
And we're back here in the bottom of the third inning with Fred Rasmussen still on the mound for Denmark, taking on Vegas Tiliakos. Tiliakos with a 2 RBI single up the middle in his last at-bat. Swings through the first offering from Rasmussen. Rasmussen jumping ahead quickly, 0-2. As there is some action down in the Danish bullpen. Gamara liked the pitch, wanted to throw it down and around the horn, but home plate umpire Alex Hartle did not agree. And the count is now even at 2-2. Fastball popped up into shallow left center field. The Danish outfield was played to pull, so the center fielder, Gleerup, making the grab in shallow left center field.
Coming up to bat, Len Kimmert.
Rasmussen, pitch sailed up and away. Gleerup fighting the sun as he was running to the ball in left center field. Still able to make the grab as another ball is spooned into left center field, bouncing right at the feet of center fielder Gleerup in left center field, unable to make the grab. Off the end of the bad hit for Klimek is going to put him on first base as the right fielder, Ken Mizunoya, steps up to bat. Rasmussen with a high leg kick this time gets strike one on Mizunoya. As I said before, the Danish are playing their outfielders to pull. Any ball down into right field is going to be extra bases. As that pitch sails down and away. Slide step from Rasmussen. Just enough tempo change to get the pitch past Mizunoya for strike number 2 as the ball is fouled back into the screen. Another slide step as that ball off the end of the bat goes foul down the right field line. Gamara calling for something up and away. And Rasmussen misses down and away for ball number 2. It's going to even up the count here against Mizunoya with Klimek leading off first base. Quick set from Rasmussen in a delivery. Ball sailing up and away, bringing the count full as Coach Sven Hendricks gives a little bit of a longer sign to his players. Klimek off on the pitch. That ball is going to be swung in. Ground ball to shortstop. Christensen picks over, fires on time to Donlin at first base. And they're going to get Mizunoya at first base. However, Klimek off on the pitch will find himself safe at second base. That's going to bring up number 16, the catcher, Tom Rombouts. Is that off-speed delivery splits the plate for strike number 1. Quick down to second base. Klimek back just in time. Rasmussen looking for outs everywhere on the field. Ball swung on and swung through for strike number 2, evening the count up at 2-2. The Danish second baseman playing very, very close to second base, holding the runner very closely. As that ball gets shot out into center field, wind's going to carry it out into the gap a little bit, but not a problem for Glierup as he makes the grab for the third out of this inning. We're headed to the top of the 4th. Belgium still leading Denmark 5-0.
Stepping up to the plate for Denmark, Max Kamara.
Leading off here in the top of the 4th inning is number 13, the catcher, Max Gamara. Still on the mound for Team Belgium is pitcher Sam Tsobel. That pitch sails out and away for ball number 1. Ground ball, weakly hit to DeC at second base, who picks it up and throws it on in time to Klimek at first base for the first out of the inning.
Now batting, Matthias Wickrup.
That's going to bring up number 9, the third baseman, Matthias Riegtrup. Riegtrup flew out to foul territory behind third base in his last at-bat as he looks at ball number 1. Sobel induces the weak ground ball to first base. Klimek picks it up, tosses it to Sobel at first base, and Riegtrup is out for the second out in the inning. 2 quick outs here for Belgium. And that's going to bring up number 93, the left fielder, Max Christensen. Sobel starting Christensen off with a strike in his third inning of work as he came in the second inning for Hendricks in relief. Strike 2 against Christensen, and he finds himself with a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Sobel dropping that little slider in there. Once again, roundabouts liked the pitch. Sobel loved the pitch. However, home plate umpire Alex Hartle had other ideas. And we're now in a 2-2 count against Christensen. The pitch. In this time, too good to take. And Sobel sits Christensen down. 3 up, 3 down for Belgium. We're headed to the bottom of the 4th inning with Belgium leading Denmark 5-0. And we're back here in the bottom of the fourth inning. A new pitcher on the mound for Denmark, number 8, Dane Reynolds. He's going to be facing the leadoff hitter from Belgium, second baseman, number 11, Noah Dessy, with center fielder, number 29, Adam Troch, on deck. Two left-handed hitters stacked to face Reynolds here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Ball taken just down for ball number 1. Reynolds taking over for Rasmussen, who threw 3 innings here today, giving up 5 runs in the process. The Danish team finds themselves down 5 runs here in the bottom of the fourth as Dessy takes ball number 2. That 3-0 ball finds the zone and keeps Dessy at home plate with a 3-ball, 1-strike count. That's going to be ball 4, and Dessy finds himself on first base with a leadoff walk. All of the pitches from Reynolds have quite a bit of movement on them, but unable to find the zone in 4 out of the first 5 pitches puts Dessy on with a leadoff walk.
Center fielder Adam Troch.
Long look at the signs from Coach Sven Hendricks at third base. Early in the game, Belgium being very aggressive on the base pass with several stolen bases. See how Reynolds handles the pressure with a runner at first. Pitching quickly to home, and this time working ahead as the hitter and batter take the signs from third base coach Sven Hendricks. Number 9, the shortstop, Nando Mostert, is on deck. Quick pick over there, caught. Dessy was leaning, but able to get back just in time. As a quick check from Reynolds almost caught Dessy leading towards second base. Let's see if there's anything on here from the Belgians. Dessy takes off, a swing and a miss, throw to second base. Unfortunately, on time, but on the other side of the bag, wrong side of the bag, as Dessy is in with a stolen base. Troch fouling some balls away, keeping the count at 0-2. Dessy in at second base after stealing. The Belgians being aggressive once again on the base pass as Reynolds' pitch goes in. Skips in there, but Gamara keeps it in front and keeping the runner at second base. DeC shuffling and scampering off of second base to draw the attention from Reynolds. Stays put, but Reynolds makes a fake towards second base. None of the middle infielders are there, so DeC's doing just fine. Ball popped up into shallow left field. Christensen able to get there on time, make the grab, but the throw comes back into the infield. It's going to get past the shortstop, and DeC heads up base running, is going to be able to advance to third base. A poor throw from the left fielder into the infield allows DeC to third base with one out. And now batting the shortstop, Nando Mostert. That fastball hammered into center field. However, directly at Gleerup in center field, left center field. It's going to be a sac fly for Mostert as DeC crosses the plate. That ball was hit right on the screws, everybody. However, Denmark had it played perfectly as the center fielder, Gleerup, able to take a few steps back and make the catch. That's going to bring up number 3, Axel Ruff. That ball hit into the 4-hole. Second baseman gets over, makes a glove play, throws on time to first base to end the inning. Not before the Belgians strike again, increasing their lead to 6 through 4 innings. We're headed to the top of the 5th. Belgium leading 6, Denmark nothing. And we're back here in the top of the fifth inning. New pitcher on the mound for Belgium, number 21, Ruben van der Luit. First batter he's going to face is a pinch hitter for the Danish team. Now batting for Denmark, Fred Rasmussen. And much like Alice in Chains, Rasmussen finds himself down in a hole. 0-2. Fastball swung on and fouled back, keeping the count even here at 2-2 with Rasmus Ginessen, the designated hitter, on deck. Looked like a little changeup running in on the hands. Taken for ball number 3. The count is now full. That ball sails up and over the head of Rambouts as Rasmussen is aboard with a leadoff walk. As the third baseman from Belgium creeps closer to the grass, with Rasmussen taking a healthy lead at first base. Denison swings through a fastball for strike number 1. Denison showing bunt, pulling back. Possible slash play being called from the Danish. That ball taking upstairs for ball number 1. The Belgian middle infield electing to play a little bit further from second base than double play depth. As that ball is fouled straight back into the screen. Making the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, the weather for all of you watching online is absolutely perfect for baseball. Nice warm day with a solid breeze. As Van Lint kicks and fires and puts it past Denison for strike number 3. Giving us 1 out and a runner on first base in the top of the 5th. And of course, for those of you just joining us, this tournament is played in 7-inning games, not the historical 9-inning games that we all know and love, but 7 innings. As the new batter, number 96, second baseman Ford Schroeder, fouls that one back out of play. Ball taken downstairs, evening the count up at 1-1. The Danish team have elected to not be as aggressive as the Belgian team. The pitcher working quite slow and deliberately to home plate. As the catcher snaps down, umpire in perfect position to make the call. Roundabouts looking for an easy out at first base, snapping behind the runner. But Rasmussen back just in time Great camera work by our camera crew here, showing us the replay. Great throw by Rombots, but not in time. Count has now run to 3 balls and 1 strike as that pitch just misses the zone. Rasmussen with a healthy lead at first base. That ball sails in, and that might have got 2 people on that one, as both the batter and the umpire seem to have got a fair share of that wild pitch. We have a hit by pitch. That's going to put runners at first and second for Denmark, as home plate umpire Alex Hartle talks to his colleague at first base. That hit by pitch is also going to bring out the pitching coach, Jackson Longhofer, to talk to his pitcher and settle him down. We're in the top of the 5th with a 6-run lead for Belgium, as Longhofer has a discussion with his pitcher. And at the same time, the umpire crew getting together to offer their condolences to home plate umpire Alex Hartle. It's a tough job sometimes back there for a home plate umpire. They have protection, but there are just spots where you just can't be protected. As he walks over to the first base dugout. The hit by pitch is going to bring up number 35, the right fielder, Jonas Ostrup. Ostrup on the day is 0 for 0 with 2 walks. And behind him is the shortstop, number 2, Jack Christensen. As Alex Hartle, home plate umpire Alex Hartle, getting a drink of water to collect his thoughts, talking to the technical commissioner, Jens Urban. Also a longtime umpire in the German Bundesliga, now the DBL, Jens Urban out of Hamburg. Home plate umpire Alex Hartle's going to continue on with the game. It's a tough job, but somebody's got to do it. This little lull in the action allows me to tell you the next game will take place at 6 p.m. 1800 18 Uhr in German. And that will be the visiting team Lithuania taking on the home team Germany.
Now batting, number 35, Jonas Bak-Astrup.
As we now get back to the action, we've got runners at first and second base. No count on the batter. And Van Lindwit on the mound. Fastball down Broadway gets past Ostrup for strike number 1. The Belgians, of course, would love a ground ball double play. That ball taken up and away for ball number 1, evening the count up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Right fielder from Belgium playing very shallow, along with the left fielder. That ball just misses off the plate for 2-1. First baseman Klimek playing in front of the runner on the grass. That ball rides inside for ball number 3. Ostrup in a 3-1 count, already having walked twice today with Christensen on deck. That ball sails up and in, clips the hitter, according to home plate umpire Alex Hartle. And that's going to be a hit by pitch that loads the bases. And if you're Belgium with a 6-run lead, you don't want to see free bases at any point. Least of all with the 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up. It's going to be Christensen followed by Gleerup and Gamara. Christensen on the day is 0 for 1 with a strikeout swinging and a sacrifice bunt. Fastball hit to the 4-hole. Diving play by DeC. Wanted to go to second base, but from his back is able to get Christensen at first base. A little bit of a web gem from DeC in the 4-hole as he was playing more towards the middle for double play depth, diving and from his back. Thought about going to second base, as you can see here in the replay. Thinks otherwise, and from his back throws on time to first base to nip Christensen. Denmark able to get a run across on the ground out, putting runners at second and third with 2 outs. And center fielder Loka Gleerup up to bat, who takes the first pitch for strike number 1. Tremendous play from Noah DeC. Ball taken up and away, evening up the count here at 1 ball and 1 strike. Gleerup taking ball number 2 down and away in the first inning off of Hendricks. Gleerup was able to hit a soft line drive into shallow left field, and his only other at bat, he struck out swinging. Swinging through the fastball down and away, evening up the count here at 2 balls and 2 strikes, with Ostrup leading off of second base and Schroeder leading off of third. We have a 2-2 count with 2 outs in the top of the 5th inning with 2 runners on. And catcher number 13, Max Gamara, on deck. Van Luidwit struggling a little bit with his command in this inning. 2 hit by pitches and a walk, and he finds himself with a 3-2 count. Foul tipping directly into the catcher's glove. That's going to be strike 3 as Gleerup goes down swinging. That's going to end the threat from the Danish. Not before they're able to scratch 1 run across the board against the Belgians. We're headed to the bottom of the 5th inning with Belgium leading Denmark 6-1.
Stepping up to the plate, number 15, third baseman, Jamie Peters.
And we're back here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Dane Reynolds still on the mound for Denmark, and now up to bat number 15, Jamie Peters. Peters with a walk in his first at bat and reached base on a fielder's choice in his second. On deck for the Belgians is the designated hitter, number 23, Vegas Tiliakos. As Reynolds finds himself down on the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Reynolds in his last inning of work also didn't command the strike zone very well, was typically down in the zone, the fastball not reaching all the way. This time he puts it over the plate for strike number 1. And Peters finds himself in an advantageous count, 3 balls and 1 strike here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Reynolds fighting back here with 2 straight strikes. Count is full with Tiliakos on deck. And Peters just gets enough of the ball to foul it away. Denmark positioning their outfielders deeper and more towards the pull side as the right fielder and second baseman are more towards the middle. That pitch goes high on Reynolds, and Peters finds himself on first base with a leadoff walk.
Number 23, Vegas Tiliakos.
Fastball hammered into the right center gap. Center fielder giving chase, cutting it off right before the warning track. Third base coach is waving around the runner. There will be no throw as the ball is unable to be relayed from any one of the middle infielders. It rolls into the infield and the first baseman picks it up as Tiliakos finds himself on second base with an RBI double.
Now batting first baseman, Len Klimek.
Ground ball to third base. Third base gave a little look at a tag play. Throw is high, but it's on time.
Stepping up to the plate, right fielder, 10.
Possible dangers as Tiliakos ran to third base. However, Reektrip, unable to make the tag, thought better of it and threw on to first base in time to get Klimek at first base. And we now have 1 out, runner on third, and Muzanoya up to bat. Fastball driven into the right center gap. That's going to get down for a base hit as Tiliakos comes across home plate. Muzanoya with an RBI single, increasing the Belgian lead. We now have a score of 8-1. That's going to bring up the catcher, number 16, Tom Rombout, who fouls the first pitch he sees back into the screen. Long look at the signs over there at third base coach Sven Hendricks. Healthy lead from Mizunoya as he takes off on the pitch. Throw not in time as it skips past the second baseman. And Mizunoya finds himself on second base with a stolen base. As the count is now even at 1-1. Belgium, from the outset, has elected to be aggressive on the base pass the entire day as Reynolds gives a little look at Mizunoya on second base. On deck is the leadoff hitter, number 11, Noah Desi. As Rambatz takes strike 2. Rambatz on the day with a hit by pitch and a flyout. Fastball scooped into shallow right field. Not going to be a problem for Ostrup as he makes the grab and throws it into third base. Mizunoya holding up at second base. There are now 2 outs. And leadoff hitter, second baseman, number 11, Noah Desi, up to bat with center fielder, number 29, Adam Troch, on deck. Ball taken low. Second baseman moving more into the 4-hole as the shortstop creeps behind the runner at second base. Reynolds evening up the count at 1-1. Slight breeze blowing out here at the Ahorn Ballpark towards the left center gap. Ball just missing up and away, evening up the count 2-2. That ball fisted over to second base. Easy play for the second baseman, and that's going to do it here for the Belgians. Here in the top of the 5th, able to get a run across and increase the lead back to 7. We're headed to the top of the 6th inning with Belgium leading Denmark 8-1.
the bat for Denmark, number 13, Max Gamara.
We find ourselves here in the top of the sixth inning here in the confines of the Ahorn ballpark. Leading off for Denmark is number 13, the catcher, Max Gamara. Gamara on the day is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out as he takes that first pitch up and in for ball number 1. That ball just missing the bottom of the zone, putting it at 2-0. Van Vliet struggled with his command last inning. I'm sure the Belgian team would love to have him put the ball over the plate here this inning and get some outs, as that ball draws a swing from Gamara, getting Landuit back in the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. The little low three-quarter arm slot, little sidewinder arm slot, loose whippy action, throwing that pitch in there. Evens the count back up here at 2 balls and 2 strikes. That off speed hits home plate. It brings the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Ball 4, and Gamara finds himself on first base with a leadoff walk.
Stepping up to the plate, third baseman Matthias Eichel.
That leadoff walk is going to bring up number 9, the third baseman, Matthias Richtrup, and put left fielder number 93, Max Christensen, on deck. That off-speed delivery misses down and away for ball number 1, as Team Lithuania now enters the stadium. Of course, Lithuania will be taking on Germany tonight at 6 o'clock. Fastball missing up and in. Gamara made a fake break for second base. Might have distracted Van Vliet as that ball sails over the batter's head into the backstop. That wild pitch is going to put Gamara on second base, and a 3-0 count for Richtrup. Roundbouts out to talk to Van Liedwit. A few words of encouragement in this 3-0 count with a runner at second base. 7-run lead for Belgium. That walk's going to bring out the manager. Let's see if the Belgians make a change on the mound. And we will have a change on the mound. Roba de Boy is now taking the mound. And we'll be back as Du Bois begins his warm-up pitches.
New pitcher for Belgium, number 5. What with your 4 years?
And after the pitching change, we're back. We are in the top of the 6th inning. Belgium leading Denmark 8-1. Denmark threatening with runners at first and second, nobody out. And left fielder number 93, Max Christensen, up to bat. Fastball swung on late, evening the count up here 1-1. After 4 solid innings of pitching from Hendricks and Sobel, the Belgians have found themselves with more runners on base here in the 5th and 6th innings than they'd probably like, with 3 walks and 2 hit by pitches in the past 2 innings. And Du Bois comes in and does his job and gets the strikeout for the first out of the inning. Just what the doctor ordered for the Belgians, as that strikeout gives them 1 out, runners still on first and second base, as number 44, Fred Rasmussen, steps up to bat. Fastball swung on and fouled back into the screen. Du Bois able to get back in the count with 2 balls here and 1 strike. Little breaking ball flicked in there, evening up the count at 2 balls in 2 strikes. With the designated hitter number 19, Rasmus Denessen, on deck for Denmark. That's going to get called a strike. And Rasmussen heads back to the dugout looking. Du Bois coming in the game and announcing his presence with authority. 2 straight strikeouts. Coming in with runners at first and second base. He now has to face Rasmus Denessen. That's popped up behind home plate. Not a problem for Rombouts. Du Bois comes in and shuts the door for Belgium. We're headed to the bottom of the 6th inning with Belgium leading Denmark 8-1.
New pitcher for Denmark, Oliver Lindner. And up
And we're back here in the bottom of the 6th inning with a new pitcher on the mound for Denmark, number 64, Oliver Lindner.
Adam Troch.
And batting for Team Belgium, number 29, the center fielder, Adam Troch. As that ball is taken up for ball number 2. And we find ourselves with a 3-ball no-strike count on Troch. And Belgium is in business here with a leadoff walk at the bottom of the 6th inning on 4 straight pitches. Troch finds himself on first base, and that's going to bring up the shortstop, number 9, Nando Mostert. Taken off to second base is Troch. There will be no throw as he slides into second base uncontested with a stolen base. That fastball catches the outside corner. That ball's going to fly in there for the second consecutive walk of the inning, putting runners at first and second with nobody out after 2 consecutive walks from Littner. That brings up the left fielder, Axel Roth. Roth is 2 for 3 on the day, with a double, a single, and a ground out. Ball just missing the zone. Second baseman from Denmark holding the runner very close as he's virtually standing directly next to second base. That foul ball brings the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes, with third baseman number 15, Jamie Peters, on deck. Littner, the third pitcher for Denmark in this game, was preceded by Rasmussen and Reynolds. As the runners take off on the pitch, the ball is slowly grounded on the third base line, but foul. That foul ball is going to send the runners back to second and first base, and the count will remain 1 ball and 2 strikes. Rasmussen giving Denmark 3 innings, giving up 3 earned runs, and Reynolds 2 innings, also 3 earned runs. And we find ourselves with Oliver Littner on the mound for Denmark in the bottom of the 6th. That ball hit hard past the shortstop. Thought there could have been a play made, but that ball's going to get into left field, and we're going to go station to station on that base hit. That's going to load the bases here for Belgium and bring up the third baseman, number 15, Jamie Peters. 2 walks and a fielder's choice on the day as he takes the first pitch across the plate for strike number 1. Ground ball right at the third baseman who elects to step on the bag. A run will score on the play. Third baseman Matthias Riektrup collected the ball, thought about going to second base, thought about going home, and then finally just touched third base, giving Denmark their first out of the inning. Not before Belgium could add on a run. 9-1 is the score with runners at first and second base. And the designated hitter, number 23, Vegas Tiliakos, up to bat. Ball taken down low out of the ground. Tiliakos is 2 for 3 with a single and a double and a flyout. In his last at bat, he drove the ball very well into the right center gap. And in the first inning, had a 2 RBI single up the middle. A 4-pitch walk is going to load the bases again. We've got bases loaded and 1 out. As number 26, first baseman Len Klimek steps up to bat. Klimek in his first at bat struck out looking. A base hit into left field and a ground out. Littner falling behind once again to the hitter, 2 balls and no strikes. With right fielder number 4, Ken Mizunoa, waiting on deck. Short tapper, it's just going to get past the pitcher. Third baseman quickly to the ball. Throws over to first base. However, the throw is going to draw the first baseman off the bag. It was a slow tapper that just happened to get past Littner. Third baseman Riegtrup got to the ball on time, but the throw brought Donlon off the bag. And that's going to allow Klimek to get to first base, and Belgium tacks on to their lead with another run. That ball is shot into right field. As I said, the Danish team has been playing to pull the entire time. That's going to be a 2 RBI single. And I believe that's going to do it for us here, folks, as mercy rule will probably be called. And that is going to be the ball game.
Denmark on the first day with a total score of 11-1.
And that's going to do it. That'll be the final score of Belgium 11, Denmark 1. And that's going to set up the night action that we have for you here at the beautiful confines here at the Ahorn Ballpark in Paderborn, Germany. Once again, the visiting team tonight will be the team from Lithuania, taking on the home team, Germany. It's a beautiful night and a beautiful day for baseball. If there's an opportunity for any one of you to come down to the ballpark, we've got delicious burgers, beer, French fries, we've got paninis, we've got donuts, we've got coffee, cake, we've got popsicles, we've got ice cream. We've got all the flair that you need for a baseball game. Beautiful night for baseball. Hope to see you here tonight, but if you can't be here tonight, I hope you enjoy listening to our broadcast. And at 6 o'clock, Lithuania will take on Germany.